Hi students, today's topic is kidney, and here this is for the theory purpose. So first slide, just initially while writing the theory, you have to write few points about the development, whether it is asked or not. You just write whatever organ is asked. And kidney, it usually develops from the right iliac fossa and the left iliac fossa. Two iliac fossa only will be placed. Then slowly it ascends up. How the testis descends down, like that the kidney ascends up. So for lower poles of the kidney, sometimes they fuse while ascending. Then they when they ascend, at the level of L3, your inferior mesenteric artery emerges out from the aorta, ventral part of the aorta. So it got stuck in that. So this area, usually the heart-shaped kidney, this is the lower pole of the kidney. If it is fused while ascending, it stops at the level of the L3 vertebral level because of the hindrance by the inferior mesenteric artery. So this is called horseshoe shaped. This is the MCQ. That's why I am stressing about that. At the level of the L3 only, the horseshoe kidney stops. Next point is, you have two parts of the kidney. One is the collecting system of the kidney, another one is the excretory system of the kidney. So the collecting system of the kidney develops from the ureteric bud. This bud only develops into ureter and major calyces, minor calyces. And the excretory part of the kidney, which is developed from the black color, that is called metanephric blastema. There only you have your nephrons and everything is there. So that is your nephrons is there inside. So the collecting system of the kidney develops from the ureteric bud, and the excretory system of the kidney develops from the metanephric blastema. So these two are the very important parts. That's all about the development. And then sometimes unascended kidneys won't be going up, so it will be placed in the iliac fossa. That is called as unascended kidney, horseshoe kidney. All these are embryological things. And then next thing is, you can see nicely the right kidney and the left kidney, and nicely you can see the suprarenal gland both the sides. Now these are the things you are supposed to write: length, breadth, anteroposterior, but usually we don't give marks to that. Straight the facial relations only, which is very important. So at least the students should write. One is called proper capsule, another one is called fatty capsule. Proper capsule is nothing but the own fibrous membrane. The fatty capsule only, it is called as renal fascia, right? See here nicely I have reflected this. Kidney is seen inside, that is your proper capsule, and this is the renal fascia. The renal fascia continues with the connective tissue. Peritoneum is there, no? The peritoneal connective tissue. Laterally it fuses with the fascia transversalis, that is abdomen, and posteriorly with the psoas and quadratus. At least the student should know there is something called as proper capsule and the renal fascia. And the renal fascia, medially if it goes here, it fuses with the great vessels, see, look at this aorta, IVC. It will be fusing with aorta and IVC, and above it is fuses with the diaphragm, and below it is closed. That is a very important point. Below it is closed, above it goes, it ends with the fused with the diaphragm, and medially it goes and fused with the great vessels. Then next to that, our surrounding part of the perirenal fascia is your fat. Okay, you have your fat, everything. And then next is two divisions of the fascia there. One is called posterior fascia, that is called as fascia of Zuckerhandel, and anterior fascia is called fascia of Geroda. These two things we will want to see in your paper. So the first is the fatty capsule, proper fascia, proper capsule, fatty capsule. The fatty capsule is called as renal fascia. After writing the renal fascia, you have to write something about the perirenal, just surrounding part of that envelopes the kidney as well as the suprarenal gland. It has two divisions. The anterior division is called as Geroda. G comes first in the alphabet, so it is anterior, and Zuckerhandel is on the posterior side, and both fuse laterally as lateral condylar fascia. This is all not much information. At least two things the student should write. And next to that layer is your perirenal fat. Out of this only you will be having your fatty layer. If the fat is gone in starvation, the kidneys may float. That is called as floating kidney. And the next one, nicely you can see the thing. Now we are going to see the relations. Only one word you have to write about renal angle. What is renal angle? MCQ is between the erector spinae muscle and the 12th rib. 12th rib and the erector spinae muscle. This is very important MCQ. This is called renal angle, and this is the area where usually the patient, the doctor can elicit the pain, and through this posterior route only they go for nephrectomy. And then next is the very important pouch which lies between the right kidney and the liver, that is called hepatorenal pouch of Morrison. This is the most dependent area in the lying down posture, and superiorly, when if I put my finger inside, the hindrance of the inferior layer of the coronary ligament is there, that is the peritoneal fold which lines the liver. And inferiorly, see, look at my finger, it is free, and anteriorly the inferior surface of the liver, can you see the liver, inferior surface of the liver, and posteriorly I could see the kidney. So anteriorly you have the liver, posteriorly you have the kidney, superiorly the ligament is hindering me, and then inferiorly it is free. So this is the most dependent area, this is very important. Next is relations, is very simple and very easy relations. Okay, which right side means in your body, right side, which flexure will be coming? Yeah, of course, hepatic flexure will be coming anteriorly, and laterally you have which colon? Ascending colon will be there. And then medially you have the next important structures, your IVC, liver, everything will be there medially. Can you see that? Liver is coming here, and then your important vein, inferior vena cava, is coming here, right? So at least the student should know. Right side means hepatic flexure will be coming. Can you see this flexure? Hepatic flexure is coming, and then towards the left side you have the colon, ascending colon, and on the medial aspect you have the liver, number one, and then you have the IVC, and you have the adrenal gland. 1, 2, 3 structures are there medially. And then next is left side. Okay, right, you can see nicely the right colic flexure. And now we are moving to the left kidney. Yeah, okay, this is the medial relations I showed. No, liver is there, IVC is there, and right suprarenal. So at least these three things you have to write for the medial aspect. You can see the adrenal, liver, IVC, and the ureter. At least keep this picture in mind. This is for the medial relations of the kidney. Don't write in the upper polio suprarenal. Okay, it comes in the medial side. And the next is the left kidney. Left kidney, you have the hilum of the kidney. In the hilum of the kidney only vast structures, vein, artery, ureter, VAU. Vast structures is called renal pelvis, the ureter, where the ureter starts. And then you have the relations as anti-relation, there you wrote the hepatic flexure. So here you have to write the splenic flexure. Above that, since it is on the left side, you have to write about the stomach. Below the stomach you have the pancreas. So stomach, triple relation, stomach, pancreas, and the colic flexure you have to write. That side you have written the right colic flexure, here you have to write the left colic flexure. Right side you will be writing the liver, left side you will be writing the stomach. And then next is the medial relations, the same thing like adrenal gland, and then this and all the student cannot recollect. At least adrenal gland and the ureter you have to write. See, look at the left renal vein is going here, and you can see the gland, adrenal gland. Very nice dissected picture. And then next is the posterior relations. Posterior for both the kidneys you have to write the same relations. Even in the spotters also will be asked. The one first muscle is psoas major, quadratus lumborum, and transverse abdominis. Repeat, psoas major, quadratus lumborum, and transverse abdominis. These are the three important muscles, and the nerves related to this: subcostal nerve, ilioinguinal, and iliohypogastric. These three nerves you have to mention. So for both the sides you have to write them same nerves. And then blood supply, simply you should write right renal artery, left renal artery. The kidneys are on both the sides, so wherever you get the organ both the sides, you have to write all the organs. Blood supply is coming from the abdominal aorta. So obviously you have two kidneys, two testes, so everything, the testicular artery, renal artery, and the suprarenal artery, everything is coming from the abdominal aorta. And divisions and all we don't want. Next is the renal vein, the right renal vein and the left renal vein. Right renal vein and left renal vein, both of them, they go to the inferior, drain into the inferior vena cava. And extra important point is left renal vein. What is the structures drain into the left renal vein is left testicular vein, left suprarenal vein, the left guanal vein, left suprarenal vein. These two are very, and left inferior phrenic. These three veins, they drain into the left renal vein, because left side is very long, so they have to go to the left renal vein. From there only they will be coming to the inferior vena cava. And nerve supply is just write this nerves alone T10, 11, 12, and the nodes as parietic lymph nodes. And then this is the application. This is polycystic kidney diseases, and then renal carcinoma. If there is a renal carcinoma, what will happen? So if there is a renal carcinoma, it will compress the left renal vein. Okay, usually left side. If there is a carcinoma here, it will compress left renal vein. As I said, the left gonadal vein is coming here, so the gonadal vein is not able to drain into this. So what will happen? Backflow of the gonadal vein. So inside the testis, all the venous engorgement will be there. That is your varicocele. That's why left-sided varicocele is common. These are the clinical applications you can write. This is got the transplanted kidney is here, and they keep the transplanted kidney in the iliac fossa only, not here. Understood? Then they anastomose this area. These are the questions. Try to answer for all the questions. If you are able to answer, then you could understand